Excel Chapter 5, pages 242 through 244. On page 242, we are going to be adding records. To add two records to the Art Objects table, step number 1, press End and the down arrow key to make cell A116 active. I have to tell you that command did not work for me. I want you to give it a try and see if it works for you. You know, on occasion that does happen. On one computer something will work and not on the other. If, like me, that does not work for you, all you have to do is go up to the name box and type in A116 and press your Enter key, and it's going to take you right there. Okay? Alright, so we did number 1, and cell A116 is now the active cell. Press the down arrow key. See, my down arrow keys and I are not getting along. It says it wants cell A117 to be active, so just go ahead and click on cell A117 if you're like me and that down arrow key is not moving your insertion point. In cell A117, type the number 116 and press your Tab key. Cell B117 in the artist column becomes the active cell. The table expands to include a new row in the table structure with the same formatting as the rest of the table. The autocorrect options button appears right there. So you can undo the table formatting if you hadn't intended the new data to be part of the existing table. The sizing handle in the lower right corner of the table indicates the last row and column in the table, which is right, that little guy right there. You can use the sizing handle to add columns or rows to the Excel table and to expand it or remove them to make the table smaller. Alright, in the range B117 through H117, the artist's name, which is where we're located. If you're not, just click right here and type in Giamma. Tab, the title is Starry Night. Tab 4/3/2013 for the date required. And tab Painting for the category. And tab Excellent. See how the word excellent pops up? Press your Tab key to accept it. South Pavilion, once again, type in S, capital S, it pops up. Press your Tab key to accept it. And 8500. And then press your Tab key. If you need to stop and pause right now so you can get all that in, do that now. Alright, cell A118 is the active cell in the range A118 to H118. Here we go. First of all, enter 117 for the artist ID and press your Tab key. And let's just follow along on the top of page 243, step number 5, and begin typing in the information that's provided in your textbook. Apache, oops, that should have been Apache Warrior. It's split into two lines in the text. And 4/5. It's a sculpture. It is in what kind of condition? Excellent? Very nice. It's in the garden. And what is it worth? Ooh. Okay. Press your Enter key. Alright, go back, check it over, and just make sure that everything is correct. You don't have any typos. Everything looks good. And when you have that all set, reach up and hit your Save key just to make sure. Next, we're going to find and edit a record. Alright, Control Home. We're at the bottom of page 243. Finding and editing records. To find and edit the record for the Moonlight painting, All right, so we did the control home. Click cell C2 to select it. Always check your name box right there. Okay. In the editing group on the home tab, all right, home tab, editing group, click the find and select button and then click find. Step number 3, in the find what box, enter, we're looking for moonlight. All right, click that down pointing arrow. Okay, one more time, let me type please. There we go. Moonlight. It didn't pick it up in the down pointing arrow because I didn't select the top of the table, but that's all right. We'll just do it this way, no big deal. Click the Find Next button. Cell C69 is where we jump to, which contains the title Moonlight. This is the record you want. If it wasn't, you would click the Find Next button again to display the next record that meets the search criteria. Come over here to your Find and Replace box and click the Close button. All right. Press the Tab key 3 times to move the active cell to the conditions column. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Type a capital P. You're going to get the autocomplete of poor in there. All you have to do is press your Tab key to accept the autocomplete. Okay, so now it says poor. Control home. And that's all you have to do to find and edit a record. So we went to our Find and Replace box with the Find tab selected. Find what? Find whatever it is you're looking for. We were looking for something called Moonlight. And then you just go to whichever heading you want in the row that contains the information for Moonlight and change, just edit it. Press your Tab key, it accepts it. That's all you have to do. Let's flip over to page 244 and talk about deleting a record. The first thing I notice in this set of directions is there's something that your textbook has highlighted in bright yellow, which, as you know, is always very, very important. And they're going to warn you about what happens when you go to delete a record. All right, to find and delete the Trapper's Painting record. First of all, Control F as in find, please, which is the keyboard command to open your Find and Replace dialog box with the Find tab selected. Remember, when you're working with your Find and Replace dialog box, the last thing you were looking for remains in the Find What box. All right, so what do we want to find? We are going to type in 90, okay, 90 in the Find What box, and then click Find Next. Remember, this box moves. If it's laying on top of your table, just grab it and move it out of your way. Because Excel searches the entire worksheet, not just the current column, and because it finds the search value, even if it's part of another value, the appraised value 1900 is selected. This is not the record you want. All right, we told it to look for a 9 and a 0 that are together. Well, there's a 9 and a 0 together in that, but that's really not what we're looking for. We weren't looking for 1900. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and click Find Next. It takes us to another occurrence of the appraised value of 1900. Click Find Next because we don't want 1900. Ah, here we go. Now 90 is right here. Yes, that's the one we're looking for. Go ahead right over here in your Find and Replace dialog box and click Close. Now, step number 5, you're going to be careful to read what's in that nice little yellow box. Step number 5, in the cells group on the Home tab. All right, so I'm on the Home tab. Here's my cells group. Click the Delete button arrow right there, and then click Delete Table Row. Now, that happens really quickly. So if you ever are in the wrong location, I'll tell you right now, hit undo. One of the things I do to make sure I have the correct row I want to delete is I select this way because it highlights the whole thing and allows me to read it. Okay, That's just a personal preference I have, to be really, really careful. But this is indeed what we want to go ahead and get rid of. So you can go ahead and hit redo to take care of it. That's just a different way of selecting, and for me, because it highlights it in blue, it forces me to read it and ensure that I'm getting rid of the correct row. But you're always welcome to do it however you want to do it. Go ahead and press Control Home and click on your save icon, and you are ready to go on to your next video.